Hi everybody, welcome to current events for Friday, February 25th. We're reading the Decorah Public Opinion from Thursday, February 24th. On the front page, there's two articles. The first one is Beef Royalty Will Be Crowned Saturday. The Winneshiek County Cattlemen's Association has announced the candidates for 2022 Beef Royalty. The royalty will be announced at the Winneshiek County Cattlemen's Banquet on Saturday, February 26th at the Festina Community Center. The event will include the presentation of Beef Producer Awards, scholarships, a live and silent auction to benefit the scholarship program. All right, and there are also Little Miss Cowgirl candidates. So we've got Anna Grace Holthouse, Allison Liebold, and Averin Sibley for the Beef Queen. And Little Miss Cowgirl will be Jacqueline Holthouse. And the candidates for Little Mr. Cowhand are Elliot Kubishek and Devin T. Scudder. And here's their pictures. We wish them the best of luck. All right, and may the best cowhand win. All right, there has been a bid accepted for Phase 2 of the courthouse rehabilitation. And there is a drone's eye view of the courthouse to show the completed Phase 1 of the restoration project by Renaissance Restoration. So here is a drone's eye view of what they've been working on. Let's find out more. The restoration of Decorah's historic courthouse has taken another step closer to completion. Bids were accepted for Phase 2 of the courthouse rehabilitation project on Monday, February 21st. The bid was awarded to Building Restoration Corporation of Roseville, Minnesota for $318,968, the lowest bid given at Monday's hearing. The BRC beat out bids offered by Renaissance Restoration and Innovative Masonry Restoration. BRC presented a significantly lower bid as the company owns their own scaffolding, lowering the overall expense of the project. Phase 2 will focus on the upper sections of the courthouse tower and dome. The aim of the project is to repair any damage to the tower and waterproof what they can to make the need for repair less frequent. The Rural Heritage Revitalization Grant awarded $125,000 of the project to Decorah in May of last year. All right. Well, good deal for the courthouse. It's a landmark and everybody loves it. We don't want it to fall down. What have we got going on next? The Decorah High School large group speech students took home 2 banners at the All-State Festival. Congratulations are in order. Here they are. That's exciting. And there's more information about the beef candidates, but I mean, let's see. We do have significant obituaries, so maybe we'll read. I can't ask you who you want me to read, so we're going to read Robert Topping, who was briefly a resident here, and a lot of people knew him in Decorah. And then there is one for Mildred Jacobson, who passed away recently, but her longer obituary will be in next week's paper, so we'll read it then. But for right now, Robert Bob Joe Topping, 85 of Decorah, passed away Saturday, February 19th at Winneshiek Medical Center from complications of a stroke. He was born September 4th, 1936 at home in Wellman, Iowa to Dallas and Dorothy Topping. He was the youngest of 3 boys and was raised from very humble beginnings. In 1943, when he was 7 years old, their Main Street family business and upstairs apartment where they lived was badly damaged by a fire which took a full year to be rebuilt at that time. Bob said he would never forget how the fire chief barely got the family out safely and later retrieved his shoes for him. Later, Bob lost his father to a heart attack when he was 15 years old in 1951. He graduated from Wellman High School in 1956 with a class of 28 students. He was involved with many activities and clubs in high school and was a quiet team leader, excelling on his football, basketball, and track teams. He was very proud of his hometown and school and remained lifelong friends through the years with many through personal contact and class reunions. Bob then attended Coe College in Cedar Rapids and earned a BA and teaching certificate in 1960. While at Coe College, he played football from 57 to 59 and was a running back on the 58-59 Midwest Conference Championship teams. He also was a member of the Sigma Nu fraternity. His sophomore year at Coe College, Bob met the love of his life, Judy Ringbloom of Edina, Minnesota. They were married June 11th at Mount Olivet Lutheran Church in Minneapolis in a ceremony presided by Dr. Reuben K. Youngdahl. They were married for 61 years. Bob was asked to try out for the Chicago Bears and Baltimore Colts pro football teams, but instead took his first teaching and coaching job at Sumner in 1960. He taught government and economics and was the head football and track coach at Sumner High School for 13 years, till 1973. During their time in Sumner, Bob and Judy had 3 children, Thomas, Stephen, and Jill. He then took coaching job at Decorah High School in the fall of 73, teaching government and economics for senior students until his retirement in 1997. He also coached football and track for several years at Decorah, coaching one of the first girls' track teams for the school. All told, he taught students for 37 years. He also worked as a sports official for the high school football, basketball, softball, volleyball, and track for over 40 years, working several years with his son Tom. Retirement years were busy and filled with following the activities of 7 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild, vacations to Mexico and Florida, and many summer trips to their family cabin in Ontario, Canada. Bob was so proud of his children and grandchildren and their hard work with their education, athletics, activities, and all their accomplishments. Equally proud were his grandchildren of their grandfather. They described Grandpa Bob as a great teacher, very patient, our biggest fan, thoughtful, sincere, kind-hearted, organized, strong, extraordinary, amazing, kind, remarkable, quiet, tenacious, respected, had a lot of common sense, and was a great storyteller. All right. Well, that's a great way to be remembered by your grandchildren. Okay. Moving right along. It's FFA week, so there's a lot going on in the Future Farmers of America. And there's like a 2-page spread of their photos and all kinds of stuff. All the different groups. There's a lot of kids involved in FFA for Decorah and Turkey Valley. Hopefully they'll be bringing animals here at the end of the year in their tractors like they always do. Okay. And there's no echoes of the past or really anything else, but I don't know. A couple of letters to the editor. Let's read this one. It says, pause to reflect on what's important. See what that's about. March is almost here, and then it will be spring. Begin to pause to watch for the flowers and listen for the buzz of the bees. The bluebirds come in March. With our hectic world, we need evermore to take a pause and consider the important things in our lives. Among our important things is our food supply. Since 80% of our food depends on our pollinators, how do we ensure their survival? They are known to be in danger, especially our native pollinators. Through the ages of their evolution, they have become interdependent with their native plant communities. These natural wild gardens have been lost to our human development. Counteractive strategies are needed. With the help of volunteers, the Decorah Parks and Recreation Department is increasing the use of native plantings in our city parks. Also, the City Community Prairie Butterfly Garden has a native plants arboretum. It will help gardeners become acquainted with our native plants needed by our pollinators. Our prairie provides year-round survival for our native pollinators. Our home gardens can do the same. Start now and take a pause. Take a stroll through the prairie paths. Listen for the mating calls of our birds. Feel the calm throughout this wild community. It is our heritage. Join our native planting projects. Encourage your neighbors to do the same, starting with your own native pollinators garden. Sincerely, Jerry Osenga from Decorah. Well, we definitely will be planting some good flowers for our pollinators in the courtyard coming soon. And that's going to be it for current events. It was a short one this week. We'll see you again next week in person. Thanks for tuning in.